Sybil Shepherd, a talented and captivating actress, has intrigued fans with her decision to never reach out to Bruce Willis after their iconic show Moonlighting came to an end. This choice has left many wondering about the dynamics of their relationship and the reasons behind their silence. While they shared undeniable chemistry on screen, their off-screen connections seemed to fade away once the camera stopped rolling. Exploring Sybil's career reveals a series of remarkable performances that showcased her range and depth as an actress. From her breakout role in Last Picture Show to her memorable appearances in various films and television shows, she has always captivated audiences. However, her personal life has also been a topic of interest, particularly her passionate relationships that have often made headlines. As we delve into Sybil Shepherd's story, we uncover the layers of her professional journey and the complexities of her personal choices. The absence of communication with Bruce Willis raises questions about their time together and what might have influenced her decision to move on without looking back. The narrative of her life is rich with experiences that shaped her both as an artist and an individual, revealing a woman who has navigated the highs and lows of fame with grace and resilience. Born on February 18, 1950, in Memphis, Sybil Lynn Shepherd grew up in a family that nurtured her ambitions. Her parents, Patty and Bill, played significant roles in her early life. The combination of her father's and grandfather's names inspired her unique first name, Sybil. Initially, she dreamed of becoming a novelist, but her path took a different turn. As a teenager, she entered beauty pageants, showcasing her talent and charm. At just 16, she won the title of Miss Teenage Memphis, which opened doors to a modeling career. Her striking looks and captivating presence quickly made her a sought-after figure in the fashion industry during the 1960s. Magazines clamored to feature her on their covers, recognizing her as one of the era's most beautiful faces. This early success in modeling laid the foundation for her future in entertainment, leading her to explore acting and other creative avenues. Her journey from a young beauty queen to a prominent figure in Hollywood is a testament to her talent and determination. While waiting to pay for his groceries, Peter Banovich's attention was caught by a striking image on the cover of Glamour magazine. There, staring back at him, was the beautiful face of Sybil Shepherd. Her intense gaze captivated him, and he felt an instant connection. In the world of show business, where connections often matter, Peter knew he had stumbled upon something special. He rushed home to share his discovery with his wife, who was also his production designer. He excitedly informed her that he had found the perfect actress for the main character in his upcoming movie. Sybil's journey in acting began to take shape when she was invited to audition for the role of JC in the Last Picture Show. The filmmakers were eager to see if she could bring the character to life. When they located her and arranged for her to try out, it became clear that her talent matched her beauty. Sybil's performance would soon become a defining moment in her career, marking the beginning of her rise in the entertainment industry. Her role in the film not only showcased her acting abilities, but also solidified her status as a prominent figure in Hollywood. Sybil's audition technique had a profound effect on Bonovich. During the audition, she adopted a carefree demeanor, showing that she did not care whether she got the role. This relaxed attitude was evident as she sat on the floor of his hotel room, playing with a rose. Her nonchalant behavior created an atmosphere that was both intriguing and refreshing. The way she engaged with the rose, seemingly lost in her own world, allowed her to project a sense of detachment that was captivating. Bonovich was particularly impressed by the collectedness in her eyes. He noted that it felt as if she was seeing him through sunglasses, adding an air of mystery to her presence. This unique approach to auditioning set her apart from others, demonstrating her ability to blend confidence with a laid-back attitude. It was this combination that left a lasting impression on the producer, showcasing her talent and potential in a way that few others could. The experience highlighted how an unconventional method could resonate deeply with those in the industry, ultimately shaping her career in significant ways. Men were virtually falling at Sy's feet despite their 11-year age gap. Bonovich, at 31, began to feel a connection with Sybil, who was just 20. This budding romance was complicated by the little issue of his previous marriage vows and the impending birth of his second child. In the movie they worked on together, Sybil co-starred with Jeff Bridges, and the chemistry between them was undeniable. They got along so well that they began dating off-set. Looking back, Sybil recognized that it could have been a mistake. She understood that it is not a good idea to date your leading men, but sometimes it is hard not to get involved when the connection feels so strong. The excitement of being on set, The shared experiences and the emotional intensity of their roles can blur the lines between professional and personal relationships. Sybille's experience highlights the complexities of love in the world of acting, where emotions can run high and decisions can lead to unexpected outcomes. The chemistry between Peter and Sybil was undeniable, especially during the filming of the Last Picture Show. Although they were both involved with other people, their connection blossomed in a way that could not be ignored. Sybil later reflected on how their romance developed, noting that it was a significant part of her life. While they worked alongside their respective partners, Polly and Jeff, the atmosphere on set only intensified the bond between Peter and Sybil. Their relationship deepened when Jeff was away serving in the military for a week, allowing Peter and Sybil to grow closer without the usual distractions. Halfway through the shoot, Peter made a bold move by filing for divorce, a decision driven by his desire to be with Sybil. This act marked the beginning of a long-term romance that would last for many years. Their love story was not just a fleeting moment. It was a testament to the powerful connection they shared, one that endured despite the complexities of their lives. The backdrop of the Last Picture Show became a pivotal chapter in both their personal and professional journeys, intertwining their fates in a way that left a lasting impact on. Poor Jack's expectations made it clear that the relationship was anything but steady. Sybil claimed to have avoided several people in Hollywood, with Jack Nicholson being one of them. It became evident that her expectations of camaraderie were somewhat out of date, especially when it came to trying to make Peter jealous. Sybil recounted a moment when she said, "I kinda broke a date with him," referring to Jack, and noted that she hadn't worked with him since. This decision was not just a casual choice. It was a strategic move in her complicated love life. Peter, understanding Sybil's message loud and clear, took action. He managed to lure his girlfriend away from the notorious womanizer Jack. This situation highlighted the intricate dynamics of relationships in Hollywood, where personal and professional lives often intertwine in unexpected ways. Sybil's experiences reflect the challenges many face in the entertainment industry, where navigating friendships and romances can be as complex as the roles they play on screen. Jack Nicholson appreciated Elvis's scent, and he wasn't the only one trying to woo the popular girl Sybil Shepherd away from Peter. Elvis Presley had a keen interest in Sybil and wanted to take her out on a date. This interest was not just a fleeting thought. It was something that Sybil learned about through a mutual acquaintance. After hearing about Elvis's interest, she suggested that he call her, and they arranged a time to meet. For a little while, they were engaged in this flirtation. Sybil later described Elvis as an incomparable lover, highlighting the unique connection they shared during that time. It was 1972, a period when many others were wearing cheap cologne, but Elvis stood out. He had a distinct scent that Sybil remembered fondly. She described it as a mix of sweat, honey, and a sweet, soapy aroma. This combination made him unforgettable in her eyes, setting him apart from the rest. The allure of Elvis was not just in his fame, but also in the way he carried himself, and the impression he left on those around him. The relationship between Sybil Shepherd and Elvis Presley was marked by a mix of allure and challenges. Sybil felt a deep sense of sympathy for Elvis, who was often influenced by the pressures of fame. Despite the rock and roll king's undeniable charm and seductive attraction, their relationship did not last. Sybil ultimately declined his offer to continue their romance, especially when she felt uncomfortable with his alleged encouragement for her to use drugs. This pivotal moment shifted her thoughts toward another man, Peter. However, their timing raised eyebrows among the public, as Peter had just left his ex-wife, who had recently given birth to their second child. This situation created a swirl of gossip and speculation, as many questioned the ethics of Peter's decision to pursue a relationship with Sybil so soon after his previous commitment. The complexities of these relationships highlighted the struggles of love and loyalty in the spotlight, leaving a lasting impression on those who followed their stories. Sybil wisely observed that one person never ends a marriage without some respect for the years shared. In the case of Polly and Peter, who were wed for 9 years, Sybil served as an inspiration for both of them. After seeing her performances in various movies, Peter felt motivated to base his own films and characters on her. This connection was significant, as it reflected the impact Sybil had on those around her. In 1974, production began on the film Daisy Miller, with Sybil starring in the main role. There was a striking resemblance between Sybil's portrayal of Daisy and the character's essence, which Peter noted. He believed that Sybil was often misinterpreted, much like Daisy herself. This parallel between the actress and her character added depth to the film, showcasing the complexities of both women. Sibyl's ability to embody such a character resonated with audiences, making her performance memorable and influential in the cinematic landscape. Peter noted that Daisy Miller is about an entire culture that fails to understand her. Yet there is an innocence behind her character. Sybil Shepherd, who played the role, faced significant challenges after the film's release. Unfortunately, the movie was a complete failure, which impacted her career. In the music industry, people were not fond of Sibyl's presence, and this negativity followed her after Daisy Miller's poor reception. Her partner encouraged her to explore singing, believing that her talent could shine in a different arena. However, Sybil often felt the weight of concentrated hatred when she entered a room, which made her journey even more difficult. The combination of the film's failure and the backlash in her music career created a challenging environment for her. Despite these setbacks, Sybil's resilience and determination to succeed in the entertainment industry remained strong, as she continued to seek new opportunities and navigate the complexities of her career. In 1974, Peter played a significant role in helping Sybil Shepherd produce her album titled Sybil Does It to Cole Porter. Despite her background in opera, many critics felt that her singing voice lacked the quality expected from a professional artist. There were even rumors that Frank Sinatra, a legendary figure in the music industry, commented on her album, suggesting that some men would go to great lengths to impress women abroad after hearing it. Sybil, who identified as a jazz fan, shared an interesting story from the recording sessions. While she was working on her album, Stan Getz, a renowned jazz saxophonist, made an advance toward her. However, she was not interested in him and turned down his approach. This moment highlighted her focus on her music and career rather than personal distractions. Sybil's journey in music, while met with mixed reviews, showcased her determination and passion for the art form. As a well-known jazz musician, Sybil Shepherd faced challenges that hurt her pride. Despite her talent, her songs did not receive much love from critics or the public. One reviewer described her voice as surprisingly pleasant, but still criticized her CD, giving it a low rating. This lack of appreciation was disheartening for her. However, Peter, who was sweet and enamored with Sybil, was not ready to give up on her musical future. In 1974, he tried to help her by working on a musical comedy called At Long Last Love. Unfortunately, both critics and the general public recoiled in revulsion at the performance, particularly noting the pairing of Sybil and Burt Reynolds. Gene Shalit, a prominent critic, harshly stated that Sybil Shepherd could not act, sing, or dance. This criticism was tough for Sybil to bear, but it also highlighted her persistence in the face of adversity. She continued to strive for success in her career, determined to prove her critics wrong and find her place in the entertainment world. Despite the challenges Sybil Shepherd faced in her career, not everyone was against her performance. Some devoted fans, though misinformed, chose to support her by criticizing and blaming Burt Reynolds instead of Sybil. This shift in blame reflected a growing trend as the films she starred in began to show poor box office performances. The situation worsened with the unavoidable divorce that followed the disastrous collapse of a musical she was involved in. Those who had once admired her seemed to turn away, leaving Sybil feeling isolated in the industry. Peter Nickelodeon, who had been a significant figure in her career, faced his own struggles. His next movie was supposed to be produced by David Begelman, but Begelman made it clear that if Sybil was part of the project, he would not be involved. This decision highlighted the extent to which Sybil's reputation had been affected, as even those who had once supported her began to distance themselves. The combination of personal and professional setbacks left a lasting impact on her career, making it difficult for her to regain her footing in Hollywood. Peter expressed his displeasure regarding the casting choices for a Nickelodeon movie, revealing that he had originally written the role for Sybil Shepherd. However, Tatum O'Neal was ultimately given the job. Peter continued to explain that much of the character's depth came from Sybil's ability to portray vulnerability, especially in her dangerous and sexy scenes. He noted that this quality was inherent to her performance. She didn't have to force it, as it was simply part of who she was. Despite the challenges surrounding the film, Sybil and Peter found themselves perplexed by the negative reactions from others. While many couples in the public eye often received support and admiration, their relationship seemed to draw a different response. It was unusual for the media to focus on their happiness and love, as they were genuinely content together. This contrast left them wondering why their joy was met with skepticism rather than celebration. The couple navigated this complex landscape, trying to understand the disconnect between their personal happiness and the public's perception. They had to ask themselves what made them different according to Peter's theory. They were too happy, which conflicted with the moral standards that the hypocrites of Hollywood required people to uphold. It was prohibited for them to be together, and they faced chastisement for their relationship. The public perception of Sybil Shepherd was complicated. Many viewed her as the housewrecker, the woman who kidnapped a guy from his family in an attempt to advance in life. This label stuck with her, painting her as someone who disrupted the traditional family structure for personal gain. Critics believe that Peter had followed his irrational instincts after falling in love, a common trait among artists who often act on their emotions rather than societal expectations. The narrative surrounding Sybil and Peter suggested that their love was not meant to lead to a happy ending, as the world around them was quick to judge and condemn their choices. The idea of a happily ever after seemed out of reach, overshadowed by the harsh realities of public scrutiny and the expectations of a judgmental industry. Despite earlier refusals, David Begelman played a crucial role in helping Sybil Shepherd secure a part in the iconic film Taxi Driver. Initially, there were doubts about her casting, but Begelman's support proved pivotal. The film was crafted by the talented duo of Martin Scorsese and Paul Schrader, who envisioned a specific type of actress for the role. They sought someone who could embody their conception of the perfect woman, a blend of charm and complexity. Sybil Shepherd fit this vision perfectly, bringing to life the character they had imagined. Her presence on screen was not just about acting. It was about fulfilling the artistic vision of Scorsese and Schrader. The film offered a chance for romance, and Shepherd's performance added depth to the narrative. She became a significant part of a story that explored the darker sides of urban life, showcasing her talent and versatility as an actress. The collaboration between Shepherd and the filmmakers resulted in a memorable cinematic experience that resonated with audiences. In the film Taxi Driver, the main male character, played by Robert De Niro, becomes infatuated with a woman named Betsy, portrayed by Sybil Shepherd. Their relationship is complex, as De Niro's character struggles to separate his feelings on screen from his real-life emotions. Despite his attempts to connect with Betsy, she ultimately rejects him, which adds to his turmoil. This rejection is compounded by De Niro's character experiencing a significant emotional injury, leading to a regression in his behavior. He begins to act more childlike, losing the polite demeanor he initially showed towards Sybil. Their interactions become limited to the scenes they perform together, blurring the lines between acting and reality. The performance in Taxi Driver received positive feedback, showcasing the depth of the characters and the intensity of their relationship. Reflecting on the story, one might wonder how different things could have been if Betsy had accepted De Niro's character, potentially altering the course of both their lives. Following the popularity of Taxi Driver, Sybil Shepherd faced challenges in her career. Despite her success, she found it difficult to turn things around for the better. Alfred Hitchcock, recognizing her talent, cast her as the lead in A Recreation of the Lady Vanishes. However, shortly after this opportunity, she seemed to vanish from the spotlight herself. During this time, she decided to resume her musical career, which had always been a passion of hers. She began by performing at jazz clubs in New York, where her soulful voice resonated with audiences. Later, she took her talents to a hospital in Hollywood, sharing her music with patients and bringing them joy through her performances. As she explored her musical side, Sybil realized that acting was still calling to her. She sought to do things differently and returned to the acting world. To refine her skills, she attended Stella Adler's acting workshops, which helped her regain confidence and hone her craft. This dedication paid off when she was given the chance to perform on stage in Norfolk, Virginia. This opportunity allowed her to showcase her acting abilities once again, bridging her musical talents with her love for performance. Sybil Shepherd had an impressive circle of friends, including the legendary actor and filmmaker Orson Welles. Welles played a significant role in her career, offering her valuable advice during a time of uncertainty. He encouraged her to step onto the stage and experience the thrill of performing in front of a live audience. Welles believed that this experience was crucial for her growth as an actress. However, he also advised her to perform outside of the major entertainment hubs like New York or Los Angeles. He felt that audiences in those cities could be particularly hard to please, which might add to her anxiety. Feeling overwhelmed by her doubts, Sybil reached out to her mother, crying and seeking guidance. Like many mothers, her mom offered comforting words and suggested a return to her roots in Memphis. This advice resonated with Sybil, and she decided to follow it. She returned to Memphis, where she could find a supportive environment to hone her craft and connect with audiences in a more personal way. This decision marked a pivotal moment in her journey, allowing her to grow as an actress while embracing the warmth of her hometown. Returning to her hometown brought a sense of relief and comfort that Sybil Shepherd had longed for. After years of being in the spotlight, she found that the people in Memphis had no preconceived notions about her fame. They did not approach her with expectations or assumptions, which allowed her to reconnect with her roots in a genuine way. She recalled how, during her visits to the grocery store, no one would even ask her about her celebrity status. This anonymity was refreshing after enduring the harsh scrutiny of Hollywood media, which often targeted her with malice and excessive criticism. Being back home felt like a meritorious salvation, a chance to escape the pressures of fame. In Memphis, Sybil's life took a new turn when she fell in love with David Ford. He was an average Joe, a bartender by night, and a parts manager at a car dealership by day. Their love story began at a local pub called Blues Alley, where David first met her while placing drink orders. This ordinary, yet heartfelt connection allowed Sybil to embrace a simpler life, one filled with genuine relationships and the warmth of her hometown. The love she found with David was a stark contrast to the often superficial interactions she experienced in Hollywood, making her return to Memphis all the more meaningful. He was unusual for Sybil anyhow. She saw in David the possibility of leading a happy, typical life. Soon, she became pregnant with his child, and the following year, in 1978, she was married. This was the same year her romance with Peter ended. With a baby in tow, Clementine Ford was born to the couple in 1979. However, Sybil wasn't the kind of woman to sit at home and raise her kids. The young family embarked on a journey only a few weeks after she gave birth to Clementine. Sybil would do the same on stage, and David would broaden his skill set to include managing her. She committed herself to acquiring the knowledge and expertise she believed would help her acting career. Wherever she went, no theatrical production was too large or too little for her to engage with. This dedication to her craft and her family life created a unique balance, allowing her to pursue her dreams while nurturing her role as a mother. Peter grimaced from below as Sybil continued living her life, referring to David as that garage mechanic. Their relationship had taken a turn after James MacArthur and Sybil were cast in a Broadway play. In 1982, Sybil relocated to New York for this opportunity. The play, titled Lunch Hour, was written by Jean Kerr. The first rehearsal was held in New York, and although the production was intended to be a theatrical tour, Sybil and David decided to dissolve their marriage during this period. This decision marked a significant change in her life. By 1983, she felt ready to return to Los Angeles, bringing her daughter Clementine with her. After taking a 5-year hiatus from acting, Sybil was eager to re-immerse herself in the entertainment industry. She had gained diverse experiences during her time away, and now she was prepared to embrace new opportunities and challenges in her career. Resuming her television career, Sybil Shepherd took on the role of Colleen Champion in the Western drama series The Yellow Rose. This show featured Sam Elliott and debuted to positive reviews, but unfortunately, it was canceled after just one season. The producer, Michael Zinberg, later revealed that his proposal to cast Sybil faced strong resistance from the production crew. Despite this, she remained persistent, and her determination ultimately paid off. Zinberg noted that Sybil auditioned for the role multiple times at both the network and the studio, demonstrating her courage and commitment to returning to television. He praised her bravery, stating that it takes incredible strength to say, "Hey, I've got to get out of here." He admired her ability to look in the mirror and find her identity again, highlighting her resilience in an industry that had previously turned its back on her. Sybil's journey back to the screen is a testament to her tenacity and passion for acting. Kane's persona in Moonlighting was audacious, open, and endearing, presenting a stark contrast to the quiet, almost superior characters Sybil Shepherd had portrayed in her earlier career. This role allowed her to explore a completely different side of herself, one that she discovered without fully realizing it. The creator of Moonlighting crafted a scene specifically for Sybil, recognizing her unique qualities. He reached this realization about her character 50 pages into the script. Despite having never seen her in person, and only vaguely recalling the contempt she had stirred before her departure from Hollywood, he felt a strong connection to her talent. He believed that Sybil had often been miscast and underappreciated throughout her career. When they finally met after she read the screenplay, he was struck by her individuality. The script cleverly poked fun at the perception that America held of her as a slightly spoiled, bratty, and cold goddess. This new role allowed Sybil to break free from those past images and embrace a more vibrant and relatable. There was some concern about Sybil Shepherd's coldness affecting her performance on television, but this did not prevent the production of Moonlighting from moving ahead. She seemed to embrace the concept of the show and was actively involved in the casting process, playing a key role in selecting Bruce Willis as her co-star. It was essential for her to have a good working relationship with him, as their chemistry would be crucial to the show's success. However, the atmosphere on the Moonlighting set was anything but calm. Sybil and Bruce often found themselves at odds, with tensions running high throughout the 4 years they worked together. At one point, Sybil suggested to Bruce that they should try to resolve their differences, suspecting that their conflicts might stem from underlying sexual tension. This led to a brief moment where Bruce brought her a bottle of wine, and they shared a kiss. However, this encounter did not lead to a lasting relationship. Sybil speculated that Bruce might have preferred the thrill of the chase, rather than the commitment of a relationship. Their dynamic was complex, filled with both conflict and an undeniable spark, making their time on the show memorable for both the cast and the. Their relationship strained the plot of Moonlighting, which was centered on a man and a woman who were always at odds with one another. This dynamic mirrored the real-life events between Sybil Shepherd and her co-star Bruce Willis. When the program first began filming, Bruce was not well known and often laughed at everything, bringing a light-hearted energy to the set. However, as the show progressed and Bruce starred in Die Hard, he gained immense fame. With each passing season, the chemistry that once existed between them began to fade, and their disdain for one another grew. By the conclusion of Season 5, the tension had escalated to a point where they were clearly at odds. This tension not only affected their personal interactions, but also influenced the show's narrative, making it a fascinating yet challenging environment for both actors. The friction between them became a significant aspect of the series, reflecting the complexities of their professional relationship. The legendary rivalry between the two actors is often described as intense, with claims that their relationship was strained. This tension was so palpable that it was akin to stating that Mercury's surface is heated. The crew faced unique challenges while filming, reportedly having to use body doubles for certain scenes. This was necessary because getting the actors close to each other would lead to extreme agitation. To manage this, they would even measure the distance between their trailer doors to the stage entrance, ensuring that one actor would not have to walk even a foot farther than the other. In one notable incident, a real fight broke out instead of a staged one. What began as a minor disagreement quickly escalated, resulting in one actor throwing a briefcase against the door in frustration. This moment highlighted the underlying tension that permeated their working relationship. The atmosphere on set was charged, and the crew had to navigate the complexities of their interactions carefully. The rivalry became a significant part of the narrative surrounding the production, influencing not just the actors, but the entire filming process. While filming the 4th season of her popular show, Sybil Shepherd discovered she was unexpectedly pregnant with twins. During this time, she was seeing chiropractor Bruce Oppenheim, and in 1987, they decided to get married. However, the filming process was challenging due to the changes in Sybil's personal life. Her job schedule became less than ideal because of her pregnancy, which created tension on set. Bruce, who co-starred with her, felt that he was being treated unfairly and grew resentful. This animosity reached a peak during the series finale, where they refused to look at each other. To create the illusion of harmony, filmmakers had to use slow-motion techniques, despite the well-known tension between them. Their performances in Moonlighting were still impressive, earning them both accolades. Bruce received a Golden Globe and an Emmy trophy, while Sybil also won a Golden Globe for her work. Their complicated relationship and professional achievements became a notable part of their career. Following the conclusion of Moonlighting in 1989, Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis lost contact, and their notorious animosity became more recognized than the roles they played on the show. The tension between them overshadowed their on-screen chemistry, leading to a complicated relationship that fans still discuss. In 2018, during a Comedy Central roast for Bruce Willis, Sybil made a pointed remark about their characters, saying that they weren't much of a stretch. She noted that Bruce played a character that was very much like himself, while she portrayed a former model, which she truly was. This comment highlighted the blurred lines between their real lives and their roles. Sybil also returned to her old playground of television, pairing with Don Johnson in the movie The Long Hot Summer. She recalled that as soon as they met, she and Don knew they were in love, adding another layer to her career after Moonlighting. Their connection was immediate, showcasing her ability to find chemistry with co-stars even after the tumultuous end of her previous series. Sybil stated they lasted a moment on the porch and rapidly progressed to her bed. She described the experience as ending in 5 minutes, quick, violent, and intense, like wolfing down a candy bar when you're famished. In 1987, Sybil married the father of her twins, Molly Ariel and Cyrus Zachariah. However, around 1989, she resumed landing significant parts in big-budget motion pictures. Her marriage to Bruce Oppenheim ended, and so did her career on Moonlighting. By the 1990s, Sybil had returned to her career goals, but in the process, her marriage took a hit, leading to their decision to divorce. It so happened that she crossed paths with Peter Bogdanovich for the Last Picture Show sequel, marking a significant moment in her career. This period was a mix of personal challenges and professional achievements, showcasing her resilience and dedication to her craft. The journey through her marriage and career highlights the complexities of balancing personal life with professional aspirations. That same year, Peter brought together the former cast members of The Last Picture Show for a special performance of Texasville. The author of the project expressed that the book served as an homage to Sybil Shepherd, highlighting her significant influence on the writing, which drew inspiration from the original film. Initially, the studio was hesitant to allow Peter to take on the role of director. However, the situation changed dramatically when Sybil threatened to walk away from the project if she was not allowed to participate in the direction. This bold move showcased her commitment to the project and her fellow cast members. Additionally, it took considerable persuasion to convince Tim Bottoms, an early cast member, to accept his role in Texasville. Tim had reservations about returning, stemming from dissatisfaction with the behavior of his castmates in the past. Despite these challenges, the reunion of the cast and the creative energy surrounding the project reflected the lasting impact of their earlier work together. The collaboration not only honored their shared history, but also celebrated Sybil's pivotal role in bringing the project to life. An easy one not even the handful who had seen Texasville knew what to think, not that it affected Sybil's career in any way, as Woody Allen's Alice was her next project. Sybil appeared at the cinema alongside Alec Baldwin and Mia Farrow, but the manufacturing was not simple at the time. Mia and Woody were in a romantic relationship, which added a layer of complexity to the filming process. Mia was juggling her profession and love life while also caring for her young children, making the environment quite challenging. The dynamics on set were influenced by these personal circumstances, creating a unique atmosphere during production. After they wrapped up shooting, Woody faced significant emotional strain and had to seek mental assistance since the procedure was too much for him to bear. Despite these challenges, Sybil's involvement in Alice showcased her talent and resilience in the industry, allowing her to continue her successful career in acting. Sybil Shepherd has had a notable film career, working on a series of high-profile films over the years. Among these films are Eugene Levy's Once Upon a Crime and Chances Are, which starred Robert Downey Jr. in 1995. She starred in a comedy where her character, Sybil Shepherd, became the focus of the plot. This character shared some traits with Sybil the person, as both women were in their 40s and had been divorced twice. The character of Sybil Shepherd was also trying to break into Hollywood, but found herself only landing mediocre roles in television shows. Despite these challenges, Sybil's talent shone through, and in 1996, she won a Golden Globe for her performance. This recognition came at a time when her book was also completed, marking a significant moment in her career. The blend of her personal experiences and her character's journey resonated with audiences, showcasing her ability to bring depth and humor to her roles. 2 years after the passing of her friend, Sybil Shepherd collaborated with Amy Lee Ball-Paul to co-write her memoirs. The book, titled Civil Disobedience: How I Survived Beauty Pageants, Elvis, Sex, Bruce Willis, Lies, Marriage, Motherhood, and the Irrepressible Urge to Say What I Think, dives deep into the actress's life and experiences. It is difficult to avoid the drama that comes with such a provocative title. The memoir reveals shocking details about many of the relationships and liaisons Sybil engaged in while navigating the complexities of Hollywood. While some readers found her insights intriguing, not everyone agreed with her assessments. The storyline of Civil Disobedience wanders almost as much as Sybil's affections, reflecting her colorful and often tumultuous life. One reviewer noted that the narrative meanders, much like the actress herself, capturing the essence of her unpredictable journey through fame and personal challenges. The memoir offers a candid look at the highs and lows of her life, making it a compelling read for those interested in the behind-the-scenes world of Hollywood. In 2002, Sybil Shepherd faced a significant health challenge when a scaly area on her back was diagnosed as melanoma, a type of skin cancer. This news deeply affected her, as someone close to her revealed that she was overwhelmed with fear and sadness. Sybil worried about her children and the possibility of leaving them behind. The thought of dying a painful and agonizing death haunted her, leading to many sleepless nights filled with tears. Fortunately, the melanoma was caught early enough that it could be surgically removed, sparing her from the need for chemotherapy or radiation treatments. However, the surgery did require cosmetic skin grafting to conceal the incision site, which was a necessary step in her recovery. Despite these struggles, Sybil continued to work in the entertainment industry. In 2003, she appeared in the popular comedy series 8 Simple Rules. Shortly after, she took on the role of Martha Stewart in 2 films released 2 years apart, showcasing her resilience and ability to bounce back from her health issues. Since she was such a fantastic match, Sybil Shepherd took on the role of Phyllis Kroll in the series that explored the life of Martha Stewart. The story of Martha Stewart was published first, followed by the series Martha Behind Bars, which aired for the last 3 seasons starting in 2007. Sybil's portrayal brought depth to the character, showcasing the complexities of Martha's life. 3 years later, she starred alongside Jennifer Love Hewitt in the television movie and series The Client List, which delved into themes of heartbreak and trauma, highlighting the journey of resolving past issues and building lasting relationships. Throughout her career, Sybil faced personal challenges, including a battle with melanoma. With the love and support of her boyfriend Robert Martin, she triumphed over her diagnosis. Robert and Sybil were introduced through a concert where he wrote music for her. Their relationship lasted several years before they split. After a decade, a different man proposed to Sybil, marking another chapter in her life. Sybil and psychologist Andrei Nikolaevich got engaged in 2012, but their marriage fell apart soon after. The actress reflected on this experience, saying there was a part of her broken heart that wasn't going to heal. Despite the challenges in her personal life, Sybil has had a diverse career. She has authored a hit book and worked in the modeling industry, showcasing her versatility. However, she never stopped striving for change. Her passion for making a difference is evident in her philanthropic efforts. Thanks to her donations, her hometown of Memphis now boasts a National Civil Rights Museum. Sybil is not one to shy away from speaking out. She takes a stand for those who do not have a voice, using her platform to advocate for important causes. Her commitment to social issues reflects her desire to create a better world, showing that she is more than just an actress. She is a dedicated activist. She received the National Ally for Equality Award for her strong support of pro-choice, same-sex marriage, and homosexual rights. Sybil Shepherd has used her influence and public persona to advocate for these important issues. In 2018, she revealed that she experienced sexual harassment, which led to significant consequences in her career. Sybil disclosed that her deactivation from her sitcom was due to her refusal to comply with the sexual advances made by CBS chairman Les Moonves. During a business dinner, he decided to flirt with her, but she rejected his advances. Following her refusal, her independence on the show was severely restricted. Sybil stated that the program could have continued for another 5 years if Les had not acted so harshly. Her experience was not isolated. Numerous other actresses came forward with alarming details about Les Moonves' misbehavior, which ultimately led to his firing from the network. This situation highlighted the broader issues of harassment and the challenges faced by women in the entertainment industry. Clementine Shepherd Ford, the daughter of actress Sybil Shepherd, has certainly followed in her mother's footsteps. Like her mother, Clementine chose to pursue a career in acting. She had the opportunity to co-star alongside Sybil in the television series LW, showcasing their familial bond and shared passion for the craft. Before this, Clementine made her mark in the film industry with supporting roles in popular teen-oriented movies such as Cherry Falls, Bring It On, and American Pie. These roles helped her gain recognition and experience in the competitive world of acting. In 2009, Clementine took on the role of Mackenzie Browning in the long-running soap opera The Young and the Restless. This role allowed her to further develop her skills and connect with a broader audience. After her time in television, she decided to transition her talents to the stage, demonstrating her versatility as an actress. In 2012, she participated in a play titled Phantoms Go Down, which was written by her sister, Ariel Shepard Oppenheim. This collaboration within the family highlights the creative talents that run deep in the Shepard lineage. Clementine's personal life also reflects her connection to the arts, as her spouse, Cyrus Wilcox, is an actress as well. This shared passion for acting creates a supportive environment for both of them, allowing them to thrive in their respective careers. The legacy of talent and creativity continues to flourish in the Shepard family, with each member contributing their unique voice to the world of entertainment.